All right, we're going to go ahead and solve a potential two triangle, which this one should have two triangles as long as we get an answer for our first angle, because the shorter side of the two sides is across from the given angle. So let's go ahead and start looking for our answers. Let me do a little less space there. Okay, so we're going to start with triangle 1, obviously. You're welcome to draw it out if you want. I don't personally have to draw it out because I know my complete information is the gamma and the c, so that's for sure going to be one of my ratios, the sine of 37 over 12 equals, and then I can tell I have to find beta first, so this is our first one, and I'm going to put a star next to that, because whatever you find first here is the first thing you find in triangle 2. So I'm going to find sine of beta over 15. So this is step 1. So our little quick trick, beta is equal to, since it's an angle, we have to do our arc sine. And then we'll have the 12 on the bottom. I believe we actually, if you watched a previous video, did this problem, but that's okay. So this is what you're going to type into the calculator. Notice the number diagonal from the beta is what we put on the denominator. Everything else goes on top. And anytime you look for an angle, once again, you are always looking for, or you're always doing the inverse. Okay, so I'm going to type this in. Sorry, 1 second. I think I already have it typed in. I do. Okay, perfect. So we've got that beta is about 48.79 degrees. Okay, so now that we have that, step 2 would be to find alpha. And we'll find alpha by doing 180 degrees minus that 48.79 minus our original 37 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 48.79 minus. All right, and I get that alpha is 94.21 degrees. And then step 3 is to find A. So now that we've found our alpha, we can find A. So I'm going to still use the sine of 37 over 12. That was the original information that we were given. So you'll notice I keep going back to these two pieces. Now I'm going to do alpha, which is 94.21 over A, since A is what I'm looking for. And then I can do my little quick trick. So A is, now we don't do arc, or the arc sine or inverse of sine. We just go ahead and take 12 sine of, oh, hi. Sorry, did not mean to do that. Sine of 94.21 and divide that by sine of 37. And we're going to type that into a calculator to find our answer. So 12 sine of 94.21. All right, so we've got that A is about 19.89. Sweet. So we found everything for triangle 1. Now we go to triangle 2. And the only thing you use from what you found originally is the first angle that I starred, in this case beta. So if you recall, the reason you have two triangles, let me actually just do a quick visual. The reason you have two triangles is because whenever you have a short side across from the angle, like right here, you could technically swing that side in and form a second triangle. So what we found is we found this angle right here, which is actually equivalent to this angle, but we need to find this new angle, and you'll notice that those two that I just marked form a linear pair. So to find your new beta, you're gonna for the triangle 2, you just subtract your first beta from 180, because they should form a linear pair. And you get, this is 131.21 degrees. Now, at this point, I ignore everything from the triangle one except the original information that was given to me that I've highlighted in green. So that's the only stuff I use. So when I find alpha, because that should be the second thing I find, notice I'm finding everything in the same order. I'm going to do 180. Now I'm going to subtract 131.21 because that's what I just found, and the 37. And I get 11.79 degrees. Then we're going to go to step 3. Probably should have done these in the same color I did them originally. That would help. Let's do that. Let's change that. And then step 3, we're going to do the same process by finding, by doing sine of 37. Notice I didn't change that. Over 12 again equals this time sine of 11.79 over a. So a is going to be 12 sine of 11.79 over sine of 37. And then you're going to type that in. Which, since it's so close to the original one, I'm just going to change just a few numbers out. My original, and I get 4.07.